Hi and welcome. My name is Brennan and today I will present to you my racing game. Racing games such as Need for Speed, Forza Horizon 3, and F1 2016 is released in 2016. In the early of 2017, however, I'm gonna develop a game which is gonna change the entire racing world game that we're focusing on Formula 1. So, in the next slide, it will contain a lot of information that's still work in progress. It could be changed in future updates. I present to you PRORACE, which is available on Xbox One, PC, and PlayStation 4. So, what is the story of the game? Basically, you're the one who creates the story, because you're the one who plays the game. You are playing as yourself. The gameplay itself, it doesn't really differ than any other racing games, but of course they have different elements of gameplay. The first thing when you play the game is to choose your age and nationality. To play the game, you need to win races to get to the final race, that is World Championship of Formula 1. And by winning, you can increase your fan base and you can choose a lot of variety of sponsorship that will help you to gain your XP much faster. The next one is join team or create your own team. Different types of driver have different types of settings, so this feature is kind of important for a racing game like this. And finally, I recommend it to you to play with steering wheel like this one I have, like this one I own. This is the Logitech G27. I really recommend it to buy this because it's worth it. For the interface itself, it's very simple, very clean, and very light. For the first timer, it's very easy to navigate it because a lot of games lately have complicated menus, so first timer may be confused. And to the next one is this HUD. Like I said before, it's very simple, very light. Make it people easier to read the information on their screen. When you're racing, a lot of information is needed, but some of them is unnecessary. The feature of PRORACE is very unique. For our first feature, we have 4 types of difficulties. The first one is casual, the second one is intermediate and experience, and finally it's custom option. You can customize your enemy to be more easier, or maybe to make it more harder. It's different. You can choose any types of settings, so it's very different the way you play. Manual pit stop is a must in Formula 1 racing game because when you try to search for the realistic game, there's no such thing as manual pit stop. So in PRORACE, we added manual pit stop to make the most immersive gameplay experience. Weather is affecting the way you drive. Dynamic weather is a must for racing game. Of course, stunning graphic is a must. This gaming era has a lot of things to do, but graphics is important. Track is your playground when you try to play racing game. So a lot of playground you can choose from Belgium, Indonesia, Singapore, and then Dubai. A lot of tracks you can choose from. And finally, multiplayer mode. You can play with friends, you can play with strangers, you can play with everyone, up to 24 players. The game is still work in progress, so it needs to be fixed at the future updates. So the first point that will be updated is all players who got the key access will be able to play earlier than everyone else. But of course, in the future, all players will be able to play the game. When we're talking about racing game, VR support is must, because when you try to play a racing game, you want to feel in the car, you want to feel the track, you want to feel how the game works. So VR will be added in the future. In order to play the game smoothly, the graphic must be optimized so the game could run smoothly in 60 FPS. Improve online server, so I will add a lot more server around the world, so people doesn't have high ping and causing them lag. Added more sponsorship to make the game more alive, to make the game more and more updated. Added more sponsorship not just help our game, it's helping you too by gaining your XP much faster if you add sponsor. Daily, weekly and monthly challenges to keep the game up to date and to keep the player play the game. And a lot more coming soon. So, this is the end of my presentation. My name is Brendan, and before you go, always remember to race in close strike only, and always wear a seatbelt. Thanks for watching.